Okay, folks, and here's another little video of a motherboard maker and chipset maker who actually is supporting Windows 7 for the latest AMD and even Intel motherboards. Um, I'll put a link in the description so you can go have a look. I kind of put a post there about there was a lot of people talking about, well, there's no sense staying on 7 because they're going to end support at the end of the year. Well, no, that's not true anymore. So the idea is that, listen, if you want to stay on Windows 7, don't worry about it. Okay? You can buy a new computer. You can go to I would say go have a look at these guys, see what they're about. And if more people start buying into this, what's going to happen is it's going to force it's going to force Intel to, smarten up. Okay? It's going to force Microsoft to say, look, these 42, 43% of the entire internet's operating system users are not going to be, migrating to new stuff. They're going to, uh, stick here. We better think about this Windows 10 thing. Okay? I mean, they've created a split almost right down the middle of themselves by doing this. And I wonder how much of the 37% of Windows 10 users will migrate back to Windows 7 if they can go get a new computer and have Windows 7 on it. What happens if you wake up in a couple of months from now and it's 60% and 15% of people using Windows 10? And here's where the other kicker. All the big software developers like Autodesk, Maya, even DaVinci Resolve, the newest version is Windows 10 only. Okay? They've gone that route. They've all hedged their bets on you being forced, okay, into an operating system that already they're shipping the business owners a subscription-based model, okay? And I'm not going to pay monthly for Microsoft, okay? No, that's not happening. That is not happening ever. And I know that's one of the major reasons right there. And if you want to ask about it, you want to talk to a person who knows about what they had been planning for a long time. Windows XP is called Windows NT Beta 2. And people will say, well, what's Beta 1? Oh, that was a leak that came out on the internet, and I took down to my uncle's computer shop. We isolated a computer, put it on there, just to see what this was about, because XP was about to come out, and he was a developer for Microsoft, so he didn't even have this. So let's check this out. And I came back the next day, and he was freaking right out at me. He says, "Jesus, holy man, this thing's got it's it was it's I'm glad we isolated it because it was calling out all over the place. It had so many different blah, 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 blah." They had this telemetry idea on the go all the way back then, okay? This was their plan, okay? It just has ramped up to the point where they start thinking that they can get away with forcing people to do this stuff, eh? And that latest little debacle where they tried to, you know, trick some more people. They're setting it up. They were setting up that last update so they could shove some more people into the Windows 10 whatever. And, I feel sorry for the people that got tricked into it, because what's going to happen here is the 42 or 43% of us, now we can go get some new hardware and say, and it's already a proven fact that Windows 7 is actually faster. You guys are sitting there going, no, it's not, no, it's not, no, it's not. Well, it is. And there's YouTubers that will tell this and prove this to you, okay? Once I cut the bloat out of Windows 7, yeah, right. Anyway, and that's the other fact is that the second you could be cut all that bloat out and you'd be doing your little test. If you're hooked up to the internet, all right, and a subscription-based model works by you have to be hooked up to the internet in order to upgrade, or keep updates, or even have your PC run. Okay, that doesn't work in a world where all of us aren't mega rich. Okay, That's the problem you're going to have, okay? That's the problem. And the other shock was seeing Windows 8 at about 5 or 6%. It's a not bad operating system to use just for gaming, but again, it's the first iteration of them going to a phone-based operating system. And what do phones do? Well, they spy on us. They look like crap. Okay, I hate to say it, but you know. And who's developing all that? Okay, every time I found a guy's channel who was doing this proactive stuff on scammers. Every single scammer he's bringing up is Indian. Like, what the hell's going on here? You know. That's why, I go, well, who's in charge of Google? Who's in charge of Microsoft now? They're all those people. And so they're making things for their people to scam us all. Well, I'm sorry, the scam's up. Okay? No. No. And I have Indian friends that are great people. They do good things. They make web pages for people. They do code. They do, but you know what? You're getting a large percentage of these people. You don't have to worry about Nigerians, okay? Anyway. Uh, yeah, so Biostar. And this was in April of that month. And the last post that I saw was from July 7th or 8th that talked about, stuff like that. And the thing is, a company like this is going to benefit from stuff like this, where Microsoft knows we're not budging. We're not budging. Okay, my next operating system after this one, unless they make a Windows based on 7, okay, is going to be a custom Linux one. And I say custom Linux because of that little talk I gave before about how they want to backdoor US software. Okay, that'll be the next revolution. Okay, because when I come out with my operating system based on Linux, okay, I'll make sure I have people go through everything and make sure that there's no little. I'll have 1,000 hackers. We'll just make this thing hack proof. Okay. That's what we'll do. We'll hack the crap out of it and turn it into something worthy for a change. That's what you do. That's how you do it for the people, okay? And we'll have a thing saying, whatever, okay? Yeah, this is getting to be an interesting time, The next few years are going to be very interesting. Let's see where we're at in 2021, eh? So this gives us till what, 2023 now? But you got to pay for that. That's what Microsoft's saying, eh? Well, I'm going to guarantee you that there'll be pirated versions that are floating around with these updates on them. Okay, that's the kicker, eh? So make sure you put all the watermarks you can in there, eh, Microsoft? Like, I'm running a legit operating system, and you want me? I paid for it, and you want me to pay more? Well, yeah, okay. If you're going to do the work, how do I trust you anymore for your updates? Because all you've done is try to sneak in tricks and other crap at us. Show me the trust. There's no trust with Microsoft anymore. Okay, they blew that with Windows 10. All right. So hopefully the pirates think about that and say, okay, well, what's a legal operating system, and then just come out with updates for a certain length of time and bring them all out and give them all to us for nothing. And then I bet you people will just do that. Okay, and you're going to be out your money anyway. Okay, so I don't know. I'm not advocating that you do that and everything else, blah blah blah. But you know what? These people, their whole idea is to become so greedy it's not funny. They want you to pay X number of dollars to run your operating system every month, and it's going to start out like $5 or $10, and then by the 2030 you'll be paying $100 a month to run Windows, right? Thinking we're all bloody rich, and they'll be wondering why, Windows keeps dropping, and they're going to price themselves like Autodesk has right out of the market, and that's why everyone's sliding over to Blender. people had enough of $1,500, $2,500 a month for that crap. Okay, there's no excuse for it. Not when you have free alternatives. Okay. Anyway, have a good one. This video, as I said, I put a link to them there. I'm going to make sure the link is here so everyone can see it. Okay. I want you to know this because you got to know it, right? You probably have at least one friend who's at least technical around you. He could probably get you the parts and then put all this together. And if you've got the CDs and stuff, then you're happening. Maybe one of these days, you know, what I'll do is I'll buy all these parts and put them together just to show people what to do if they wanted to do it themselves. Like, you don't have to be a rocket scientist, okay, and a bloody genius to do all this stuff anymore. They've made things easier and easier each generation, mostly. You can get into the fancy pantsy stuff and adding this and that and blah blah blah. You know what? A straight system just for somebody who does some average gaming, etc. It's easy enough. Anyway, have a good one, everybody.